So now let us start with the worksheet number 1 of kinematics. So first question, a cyclist moves from a certain point X and completes one revolution around a circular path of radius R. So who is he? A cyclist. Moving from what? Some point, and it was represented as some X. X is the point. And he is performing a circular path of radius R. The distance travelled and magnitude of the displacement of the cyclist R. So how the cyclist was moving, children? The cyclist was making a circular turn. The cyclist was making a circular turn. So what I have given you is the cyclist has started his journey at one particular point and then he completes one complete revolution, isn't it? Cyclist move from certain point. Let us mark this certain point as some X. He has started his journey some X. Okay. This person has started his journey here and has completed his total journey and reached back to the same position. Revolution around a circular path, and the radius of the circle was given as small r. The distance travelled and magnitude of the displacement of the cycler respectively. So what is the distance travelled, children? The distance travelled would be nothing but the total circumference of the circle. And hence, the total circumference of the circle will be the distance. What is the length of the total circumference? If r is the radius, 2 pi r. Distance covered by the cyclist is 2 pi r. And how would be the displacement? You know that displacement is nothing but the line joining from the initial position to the final position. Initial position was this, and again he came back to the same initial position after completing one revolution. Hence, what would be his displacement? 0. No distance covered. Okay, same initial and final position remains to be same point. Hence, the displacement was 0. So, answer is 2 pi r comma 0. See here, a pi is missing, children. This is not 2r, it should be 2 pi r comma 0. Okay. So, your correct answer option would be option number 3. What is the correct answer? 2 pi r comma 0. Okay, children. In the above problem, if the cyclist reaches exactly the other side of the point X, that is diametrically opposite point, then the distance travelled and magnitude of displacement of the cyclist. The same numerical they have given us. So, what is that? Here, he started his journey some point X, and what happened? This person has, starting from here, he has covered a distance exactly opposite here. So, what is the distance covered, children? From here to here, the distance covered will be half of the circle. That means semicircular portion. So, distance covered would be half of the circumference. Circumference means 2 pi r. So, what is the answer, children? The distance covered by the cyclist is pi r. The distance covered by the cyclist is pi r. Total length is 2 pi r. From here to here means diametrically opposite, means from here to here means half of 2 pi r. What is half of 2 pi r? It's nothing but pi r. Now moving ahead, you are also asked to find out the displacement of the cyclist. So clearly, what is the displacement of the children here? Children, diametrically opposite means from here to here. This was the initial position and this is the final position. Initial to final, the line joining the from initial to final is called as a displacement. So clearly we know that from here to center it is r, and again from here to center it is r. If r is the radius, diameter will be 2r. Hence the displacement will be 2r. So correct option is pi r comma 2r. So your answer is first option. Are you getting me, children? Next, considering the above problem, if the cyclist reaches a point Z as shown in the figure, then the distance travelled and magnitude of displacement of the cycler respectively. So here the diagram was given arrow mark, you can see. So the cyclist initial position was given to be X, and hence he reached the final position as Z over here. So this is his journey. Here you are asked to find out the distance traveled as well as the magnitude. So earlier full circular length we have traveled. Second case we traveled only half circle, semicircular region. Third case 1/4 of the circle. We have already discussed a model example for this. So this portion is nothing but 1/4 of the total distance. So what is the formula for total circumference is nothing but the distance covered is 1/4 of the total circumference, isn't it, children? Total is 2 pi r, half is pi r, and this is 2 pi r by 4. So that is nothing but 1/4 of 2 pi r. So 2 goes 2 times in 4. So the answer is pi r by 2. So the distance covered by the cyclist is pi r by 2. So now coming to the displacement. Displacement means the line joining the initial position to the final position. This is the initial position, this is the final position. The line joining from initial position and to the final position would be this. If you consider this, it makes a right angle triangle, where if this is r means this is also r, then displacement would be this. The value of displacement would be, what is that, children? Root over r square plus r square. How much is that? Root over 2r square. R square under root is r. So answer would be r root 2. Hence the distance you found to be pi r by 2 and displacement is found to be how much, children? R root 2. Hence your option is pi r by 2 comma r root 2. Pi r by 2 comma root 2r or r root 2. Both are same. So third answer. Moving ahead, question number 4. A player completes a circular path of radius r in 40 seconds. What is given, children? A player completes a circular path of radius r in 40 seconds. At the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds, the displacement will be. Let us try to find out. Again, this one is also a circular path. First of all, let us imagine the circular portion. What they mean to say is, a player, let us suppose that his journey has begun here and distance radius was given as r as usual. To complete one revolution, let us suppose the journey has started here. To complete one revolution like this, again to come back here, how much time they consider? They took 40 seconds. To complete one revolution, you have 40 seconds. And 2 minutes 20 seconds means how much it would be? First of all, let us try to find out. 2 minutes 20 seconds. Let us try to convert the same. 2 minutes means how many seconds? 60 seconds. And along with that, additionally 20 seconds. So what is the total time, children? 60 plus 20 is your 80 seconds. 60 plus 20 is, 2 into 60. Okay. 2 minutes means each minute 60 seconds. 2 minutes means 2 into 60 seconds. So 2 into 60 seconds is how much? 120 seconds plus 20 seconds. 120 plus 20 is 140 seconds. So now let us try to find out how much it would be. So every 40 seconds it finishes it one round. So in 140 seconds can be written as 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 20. Isn't it? Okay. So 140 seconds means 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 20. Let me tell you why I have written like this. Every 40 seconds it has complete one revolution. So first 40 seconds, one revolution. Next 40 seconds, one more revolution. Next 40 seconds, one more revolution. So finally it has covered 120 seconds. And how many? 20 seconds left over. So 40 seconds means full revolution. 20 seconds means half revolution. That means after finishing up completing 3 rounds, it reaches the other direction, other position, diagrammatically opposite direction. So it was the initial position and this will be final position. So what would be the displacement, children? From here initial position and here is the final position after 3.5 rounds. After 2 minutes 20 seconds, the body has reached this position. 1 round, 3rd round and half round. So what is the total displacement? R plus R. Your answer is 2R. So where is the final answer? 2R. Okay. Next, a man walks 8 meters towards east and then 6 meters towards north. I repeat, a man walks 8 meters towards east. This is your east direction. A man walks 8 meters towards east. Okay, let me plot out, children. This is east, this is west, this is north and this is south. So man has covered 8 meters towards east. And then from there 6 meters towards north. From here he was heading north. North means upward direction. Again how much, children? 6 meters upwards. This is your north direction. His displacement is, so let us try to finish up the triangle. Join from initial position to final position. Then it forms a right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, the displacement would be the line joining from initial position to the final position. As it forms a right angle triangle, this line would be the hypotenuse side of that right angle triangle. Where the hypotenuse side is nothing but, what is the value? Which is equals to root over side square plus side square. How much is that? Root over 8 square plus 6 square. So 8 square is 64 and 6 square is 36. 64 plus 36, 100. Root over 100 is 10 meters. So direction also we need to consider later. Okay. Which direction is that? Let us suppose this is east, this is north, this is west and this is south. So which direction is it heading up? This is in between north and east. So this is northeast direction. So what is the answer? This is root over displacement is equals to root over 8 square plus 6 square. That is nothing but 64 plus 36 is root over 100 and it is 10 meters. Direction is northeast. Okay. Direction is northeast. Next question. A man has to go 50 meters due north, 40 meters due east and 20 meters due south to reach a field. First of all, again, let us plot that east, west, north and south direction. So what they have given means the man has to go 50 meters due north. Initially, north direction, how much? North direction was given to be 50 meters. 40 meters due east. East means this direction. So how much it was given? 40 meters due east. And again 20 meters due south. From here again he has to cover 20 meters due south. 20 meters. This is what was given to reach his field. His field will be somewhere here. What distance he has to walk to reach the field? And first option. In second one, he was asking the displacement from his house to the field. Distance means the actual path length covered by the body. What is the actual path length covered by the body? It was his initial position and it was his final position. Actual path is 50 meters north plus 40 meters east plus 20 meters south. That is, the total distance covered by the person is actual path length 50 plus 40 plus 20, and hence your answer is 110 meters. How much is that? 110 meters. So here you have two options are there for 110 meters. Let us also try to find out the displacement. So children, in this question, what would be the value of displacement? If this happens to be the initial portion, this happens to be the final portion, this length, the line joining from initial to final, would give you the displacement. So you need to find out this total length. In order to find out this total length, what we do is, let us try to draw a parallel line to this 40 meters. Then it's very clear that it makes a right angle triangle, isn't it children? This makes a right angle triangle like this. In this right angle triangle, this length is 40 meters because this is parallel line to itself. If the total happens to be 50 and this portion is 20, what would be the remaining length? Yes, it is total 50 minus 20, that is 30 meters. This is 40 and this is 30 meters. Hence, in this right angle triangle, this length would be 40 square plus 30 square, which will give you the value of displacement. Hence, the value of displacement is root over 40 square plus 30 square. What is 40 square children? 1600. 30 square is 900. All together it is 2500. Under root is nothing but 50 meters. And which direction? From here to here. Which direction is this? This is north east. This way it is east and this way it is north. Hence, this direction would be northeast. So, 50 meters northeast. So, 110 meters is the distance and 50 meters northeast is the displacement. Hence, your answer would be third option. Moving ahead, a mosquito net over a 7 feet cross 4 feet bed is 3 feet high. The bed size with a mosquito net size, you know mosquito net, the mosquito net size was given. It has its length, the breadth and height of the mosquito net has been given. The net has a hole at one corner of the bed through which a mosquito enters the net. It flies and sits at diagonally opposite upper corner of the net. Okay, so net will be like a 3D picture. Length is there, breadth is there, as well as height is also there. The magnitude of the displacement of the mosquito is. So, in order to understand this 3D picture, okay, mosquito net will be something like, let us take it in some cubical shape. Something like this, cubical shape, the net like this. Here it is open and here all the mess is being given. So the mosquito has entered inside the net through one hole and reached the other corner, something like this, diagonally opposite. So it's very clear from the picture it has covered length, it also covered that other side breadth, because when it started at one corner, it entered to the other corner. So from here to here means it covered the length, it covered the breadth as well as height. It covers the length portion, breadth portion as well as height portion. To make you understand in a clear way, the mosquito net has started its journey here. It has reached the other corner. To reach the other corner, from here to here, it covered its length. From here to back, it covers its breadth. From down to up, it covers the height. Length was covered, breadth was covered, as well as height was covered, because it covers diagonally opposite side. That means the magnitude of the displacement, you would have studied the same concept in vectors as well. Vectors, if you consider, then the magnitude of the displacement would be 3 conditions. What is that value? All are 90 degrees because perpendicular to each other, and in this case the answer would be length square plus breadth square plus height square. What is the height given, children? 7 feet, 4 feet, 3 feet height. 7, 4 and 3 square. Length square plus breadth square plus height square. All the 3 sides. Hence the displacement would be 49 plus 16 plus 9. 49 plus 25. Okay, what is the answer, children? Root over 74 feet. The mosquito has covered a distance of root over 74 feet. Hence, the correct option is 4. Next, in the above problem, the same mosquito problem, find the magnitude of the displacement of the mosquito. Just now we have find it out. Taking the hole as the origin, the length of the bed as the x-axis, width as y-axis and vertically up as z-axis. Write the component of the displacement vector. Just now we have discussed here component vectors. This is completely based on the vector concept. How much length it has covered? 7 feet. Breadth was covered as 4 feet and height was covered as 3 feet. Okay. So, what are the answers, children? 7 feet is the length, 4 feet is the breadth, as well as height is taken as 3 feet. 7, 4 and 3. X-axis length 7 feet, Y-axis 4 feet breadth and Z-axis 3 feet height. Okay.